Tobacco and nicotine prevention organizations could see more funding thanks to a recent state settlement with JUUL.
Now, the Wisconsin Department of Health Services wants to know what program you think should get the money. In a First Alert update, Emily Beyer breaks down where the money could go and where you should go to give your input.
Nearly $15 million has been awarded to Wisconsin as part of a multi-state settlement with e-cigarette company JUUL Labs. As part of the settlement, the funds must be used towards youth tobacco and nicotine prevention programs. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services says this settlement is to address the harm caused by JUUL's marketing and sales practices, including misleading the public about the nicotine content in JUULs. The money will be dispersed over the next 5 to 10 years. Last December, DHS received the first payment of a little more than $1.3 million. Now the department is holding sessions asking for public input on programs that fit the needs of different communities.
Some things you might want to share are types of organizations that should be funded, communities or populations that should be prioritized, geographic areas or locations that should be prioritized, activities or programs, or problems or issues that need to be addressed.
Some people on the listening session shared thoughts focused on intervention and the impact on mental health.
Some focus on intervention and treatment for nicotine addiction, working with partners at the post-secondary level, including technical schools, to treat this and to also, in all of our treatment, really address that root cause that was mentioned earlier, the mental health aspect of why young people report they are using.
DHS wants to hear from more people on how this money can be put to use. The next public session is August 9th via Zoom. You can also submit a recommendation online by August 16th. In Green Bay, Emily Beyer, Action 2 News.